400-meter world champion Antonio Watson returns to the track this weekend. Yes, people, it's the return of the Mack. And also, Oblique Seville opens up his 2025 season this weekend also. And we have much, much more. Should Janelle Broomfield retire? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, Janelle Broomfield is a 400-meter athlete, I think talented, who made it as far as the semifinals, representing her beautiful island of Jamaica last year at the Paris Olympic Games. But rumor has it that this young, talented beauty, who is currently the fiancé of the world champion in the men's 100 meters, as well as the Paris Olympic Games champion in that same event, is contemplating retirement. Now, don't ask me where I heard this. I've just been hearing this all over the place. And I just thought I wanted to, give my thoughts on the matter. The fact is, I raised this question sometime early in 2024 or late in 2023 because we just had not been seeing enough of Janelle Broomfield, particularly since she started to be courted. Yeah, I use the word courted. Yeah, you heard me right. Courted by Noah Lyles. And the truth is, if she is really going to retire, there are three things I'd like to say to this young lady. First up, Janelle, I think you're very talented. And I think you are very young, and in time, you will blossom into a solid 400-meter run. So to retire at this age, I think would be a waste of true talent, and you'd never ever know where you could potentially go. However, I do understand and realize that since you started to see young Noah Lyles, you have both been very committed to his career. I get that. I understand that you are standing by your man, so to speak. So I can understand why you would choose to do that. But the only thing I would like to, my little 2 cents, is that you are very young. The fact that you were able to get to the semifinals at the Paris Olympic Games is a big deal. That was your first time running as a solo athlete representing the island of Jamaica at that level. Most athletes don't even get to that semifinal. You have potential and you're very young. So I am hoping that you choose not to. But if you do, I can understand. Big up to yourself and Noah Lyles. Now, Jamaica's Romaine Beckford, who is the first Jamaican to get to the finals of the men's high jump at the Olympic Games, which he did in 2024, in a very long time, in decades, opened up his season, as you know, at the New Balance with a second place, which was, I think, a very, very good way to open up his season. Now, I think Romaine Beckford is, again, an exceptional talent, top 5, top 6 in the world by my estimation. And I think he could have a great season, because last year was awesome, if he remains injury-free. With his 2.19 meter highest clearance at the New Balance Grand Prix recently, I think last weekend, which is about 7 2 and a quarter in terms of feet, I really think this young man is an exceptional talent, and I just wanted to reiterate how amazing I think he is. I do think he's going to have another incredible year as he did in 2024. And I think he will surprise a lot of people because I see him in that top 5 in the world.
Second time clearance and a third time clearance. 2:19. Romaine Beckford of Jamaica, really exciting young talent.
So I just wanted to reiterate our belief in this young man. I think we should all watch out for young Romaine Beckford. Could end up on that podium later this year at World Championships. I know it's very early, but there's a possibility. Now, Brianna Liston opened her 2024 indoor season with this incredible 7.0760 meter run and announced to the entire collegiate world and the world in general that Liston was back and banging.
Set. And a good one there in lane 4. Brianna Liston of LSU. Oh my. Liston. 7:07 for Brianna Liston.
Now, if you look carefully, you will see this young lady, Jaydon Mays of Oregon, who was also in that race. And what I wanted to do this with this short bit is to feature some of the young ladies who I believe Brianna Liston will have as competitors, real competitors, challenges, so to speak, for that 60-meter title. Now, we saw Brianna Liston open running a 4x4, the second leg at the Razorback Invitational on the weekend. Soft opening. She looked healthy, and I believe if she's healthy and she opens up her 60-meter the way we anticipate, she's going to be the one at the target on her back. And I think one of the persons who will be aiming at her is this young lady, Jaydon Mays, who I believe just ran her PB on the weekend of 7.20 over the 60 meters. Mays took the win ahead of Kayla Jackson, another young lady that we need to talk about, with a run of 7.20, season's best. Kayla Jackson of Georgia ran 7.32. Jackson, I think, will also be a factor. Mays looked solid at the very beginning of her 2025 season. So I think you should watch out for Jaydon Mays. We had talked about her late last year. That 720 is a solid one for the very beginning of her 2025 indoor season over 60. I think she took second overall in the women's 200 meters also at the Razorback Invitational. So I am thinking that she is going to be one of the young ladies who is going to be a factor in terms of a real challenge for Brianna Liston once Liston starts to run those indoor 60 meters. If she does run those 60 meters this season. Triple jump sensation and former purple and white star, formerly of Kingston College, of course, none other than Jaydon Hibbert. Well, you know, he just had a ratification of his triple jump world record. However, I need to point out that this young man was injured last year and he is still in rehabilitation. Now, his ratification came, and I'm pretty sure you have already heard about this, and I'm pretty sure we probably already covered this. His ratification came on his birthday, in which he became 20 years of age. Still exceedingly young, and that's a big deal. But I just want you to be aware that he's not yet fully recovered, and it's one of the reasons why you don't see him thus far for the 2025 season. Take a look at him doing recovery. This young man is a remarkable talent, and I want us all just to be very, very patient with him. I want him to take as much time as is needed for him to recover, because even injured, he came fourth last year at the Paris Olympic Games, just off the podium. Hibbert is an incredible talent. Now, I found this interesting, which is why I kind of threw it in. It was a discussion between Asafa Powell, the sub-10 king, and of course the men's 100 and 200 meter world record holder, the remarkable Usain Bolt. And they were talking about the potential, the wasted potential of Lemaire. Oh my God, is it Lemaitre? Lemaitre? Anyway, doesn't matter. So they're talking about this young man who was the first European, I think, to run a sub-10. And just take a listen. I found this really, really interesting, because for me, why this was interesting is that this doesn't just happen to, I've seen this happen to many young athletes who their handlers rush them and it's just wasted potential. Listen.
Sometimes people make simple mistakes and put athletes in some situations that them can't handle, you understand?
So for who doesn't know, Christophe Lemaitre is a French guy, and he was the first white guy to break
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's like they were putting so much pressure on him to beat us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure this guy was fine with just running 9 seconds.
But I think he would have been better.
Yeah, he would have been way better.
They gave him time to develop.
Yeah. It would have been way better.
Would have been better,
because just came out of juniors and just threw him into the lion den.
Listen, man, I'd love to be a fly on the wall when these young men are speaking because there's so much information and wisdom. I wish a lot of the younger athletes would really listen to both of them because what they just Lemire, as they said, what happened to him? I've seen it happen to local athletes and athletes globally, where the athlete is just not yet at that point, and their handlers just too far too soon. Sometimes we have to be very patient with the athlete, and I know it's hard for us as fans, but we have to give the athletes a chance to transition from one level to the next. You know what they said? He was a junior and then they just threw him in against Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell. I just wanted to share that because I thought that was just a bigger story than that young man. We have seen it here, right here, a yard in Jamaica. Now, tomorrow is the return of the Mack. It is. Antonio Watson opens his 2025 season tomorrow at the National Stadium at the Camperdown Classic. And I don't know about you, but I'm super excited because we know that he was injured last year. Now, in case you're living on the rock and you don't know, Antonio Watson was the 2023 and is the still reigning world champion in the men's 400 meters. Quite unexpectedly for many, but not for us here at Peter Lloyd, where we had actually said he was going to win. Last year, unfortunately, he was injured, and it was evident throughout his entire season. He just wasn't himself. So everyone is excited to see him run at the Camperdown Classic. And he will be in the men's 400 meters final E. He'll be running alongside Demisha Gay, Malik James King, another great talent, Delano Kennedy, and several others. So I'm really excited about seeing him. Now, one of the last times I remember seeing him was one of those national stadium events of last year. Sometimes I just try to do this from memory. I don't think it might have been Racers Grand Prix, and he just was not his best. It was evident from that moment that something was off with him, that he was not at his best.
Matthew Bowling, so it's the two Matthews, first and second, and Demish Gay is left back a little bit now in third. So it's Matthew Hudson-Smith and Matthew Bowling. Here comes the charge now from Antonio Watson. Will it be enough? That's a fast finish on the outside for Zandrian Barnes. It's Matthew Hudson-Smith who gets there ahead of Matthew Bowling, 44.
So we'll be covering that, of course, the Camperdown Classic. I can't wait to see what this young man will do. I am pretty certain that he's fully recovered, and he should be back to his winning ways this year, although the men's 400 meters have evolved since 2023, and it's going to be serious. Now, also opening his 2025 season will be none other than the remarkable Oblique Seville. He'll be running in the men's 400 meters final C, alongside the likes of Brian Level and others. Now, you might be surprised by this, but this is not the first time he has done this. We saw him do it in 2022. We saw him do it in 2024. And in 2024, he won his heat to the surprise of many. Even to me, I'm going to be honest with you, and set a new personal best in the men's 400 meters. I think it was one of the reasons why he performed so well right up until those injury issues.
Seville produced a lifetime best of 47.44 seconds to win his heat and finish fifth overall in the event at the Camperdown Classic, which was held on Saturday at the National Stadium. He eclipsed his previous personal best of 47.71 for the event.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. We have an exciting February 8th coming up. We have 2 big events happening, one in the USA and, of course, National Stadium. And then, of course, there is the Western Relays, which will feature Shania Douglas, DeAndre Daly, and others. That will be taking place at the GC Foster College. We'll do our best to cover all 3. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Look, I'm a huge believer in Oblique Seville. I really think that what happened to Oblique Seville last year was his injury. I mean, the fact of the matter is he ran a tremendous time injured in one of the fastest 100-meter finals of all time. And it's just injury. So I am hoping what I'll be looking out for tomorrow, I don't care if he wins tomorrow. I literally don't care if him or Antonio Watson, wins. I just want to see them finish. I don't want to see any grimaces. I don't want to see if, I am going to be positive. And I just want these 2 athletes to finish healthy because without a doubt, Antonio Watson is a remarkable talent. And without a doubt, Oblique Seville is a remarkable talent. I'm going to say it again. Oblique Seville is nowhere near his best. He has not yet run his fastest time. I see him somewhere there. Yep, believe it or not, running somewhere like a 9.75, 9.77. Yes, you heard me right. I honestly believe this young man could have done this last year had he not been injured. And I'm going to say it again, we would have had 2 Jamaicans on the podium, right? I know some of you are going to say, yes, Peter, if I would have, could have, should have. And Antonio Watson, it speaks for himself. Once not injured, he is a force to be reckoned with. Just apart from his speed, his natural speed, his endurance, and his strength, and his character, he's a winner. He's just one of those people. So I think once these young men are healthy, I'm going to be very happy tomorrow. I'm just looking to ensure that they're both healthy. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to check us out at printify.com. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave a link in the description below. We have our merch there. Also, you can consider becoming a member of the channel. We'll be working on member benefits very, very soon. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless us!